City of Villains is the sequel to the City of Heroes massively multiplayer game. In City of Villains, you get to take on the role of a villain and advance from levels 1 through up through 40. You'll be able to commit nefarious crimes, battle heroes that you've seen in City of Heroes, and basically use lots of cool superpowers. Well, one of the unique things about City of Villains is that not only is it a sequel in that you can buy City of Villains and play it entirely by itself, but if you have City of Heroes, you can also buy City of Villains and play as a hero or a villain, and features within City of Villains will add to your City of Heroes game. One of the things that people loved in City of Heroes was creating a character with a whole unique range of costume options, and we've carried that same tradition into City of Villains. We've added in approximately 2/3 new material, new costume pieces you can have. You'll have monstrous heads and legs, you'll have chains and scars and tattoos, things that will not be available at all to heroes. On the other hand, there are things that will only be available to heroes, so your hero character will be distinctly different from your villain character. One of the big things in making City of Villains play and feel different from City of Heroes is that villains are different from heroes, and so what we have done is we've given 5 entirely new archetypes for villain characters. We have the Brute, the Stalker, the Mastermind, the Dominator, and the Corruptor. And we've looked at them and we wanted to see how a different team dynamic will work here. So we have villains have a lot of offensive capability. They have some new powers that are not available to City of Heroes characters. The Mastermind, who does things with pets, and basically have different roles so players who are accustomed to working with City of Heroes are going to find a lot new to explore here. Well, as a villain character, what we've done is we provided you with unique areas for PvE play, the Rogue Isles. And whereas City of Heroes is this shining example of what, all that could be good and virtuous, the Rogue Isles is an island filled with villains, and it looks just like you would imagine it. It is dirty, it is run down, it is a tough, hard place. There are islands where basically you have industrial zoning gone mad, you have slums, you have lots of villain groups and thugs in corners, and heroes lurking in alleyways waiting to try and set justice right. And there are poor citizens wandering through here, and they're doing their best just to stay out of trouble. It's a place where every zone will have a unique feel and a unique character to it that you really will notice. With City of Villains, one of the features that we're adding in, and it's available to both heroes and villains, is the ability to build your own supergroup bases. And one of the goals throughout is to strengthen the role of the supergroups. So we have given a lot more controls to supergroup about how they set their permissions and customizations, and we've given a lot of stuff to creating bases. As you adventure and go into supergroup mode, you're going to be gathering up salvage and earning prestige that applies and is useful for your supergroup so that you can use those items to build things for your base, that you can actually contribute all throughout the point of your career. And once you get bases built, then we also then open that up to the possibility that you can have base raids between different supergroups, so we can get a lot of raiding type play going on. One of the other big features we've added is player versus player combat. Now, we brought that in first with the arenas in City of Heroes, and now we're expanding it and taking it out of the arenas and bringing it into the world. Because, however, we don't want rampant PvP happening everywhere, we have created special PvP zones. These are entire zones where there are missions and there are goals and there are story objectives that you can go to, but at the same time you can take part in PvP play there. With the release of City of Villains, basically we will now have both City of Heroes and City of Villains existing in the same world. We will be continuing to support both titles. You'll see new content that will relate to both, and we'll try to do some surprising things that maybe show how we can cross over between the two. We have other plans beyond that for where we want to take the world, but I can't really go into those now. City of Villains is scheduled for release on the PC October 31st. Look for it in your stores.